monsters! Just kidding.
Do you have any like
Hi monsters, it's MJ from the Wild and Wicked Snack. I started out as a trainee around, I think, June 2017, and it finally became official around September 2017 when I joined Wild and Wicked with Hazel and Gara. Wow. Actually, before that, I was a freelancer as a camera operator in the film production side, but you know, there are just months when you don't have any work since you're a freelancer. There are like high days or low days. Just one random low day, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have work, what do I do? And I saw the Monster Jock auditions on Facebook, and I was like, why don't I give it a try? Sure, why not? So I did. I went to the station and ta-da! I just got accepted, and whole pivot to the career path. And afterwards, there was this on-air audition on Wild and Wicked with Cara and Hazel at the time, where we had to go on air mismo. So it's like, okay. That was actually very nerve-wracking that time you're on air, because they give you like a test script and see how you sound, or if they purposely like had some errors in there and see if you could spot them. So that was very tricky. But I think I did okay. And I guess they liked me enough to hire me eventually. I was so intimidated. Honestly, I'd be intimidated with anyone I'd be with. But since, you know, it's an all-girl thing, I was on Wild and Wicked. So I slowly eased into it. They, you know, became sort of like my girlfriends and ended up confiding in them. And there are just some conversations you can't have with guys and you can have with girls. So that was very fun. I think Hazel made me cry at some point though, but that was a hugot thing. I know, you just like share more of yourself and then you just bond as friends, even not just on the mic, but when you're off air and like talking behind the scenes while the music is playing. That's a pretty good bonding experience too. And you know, make me feel better whenever I'm all sulky, and even if we talk about relationships on air, parang may asaran din eh, parang teka lang, too soon, on air, wag ganyan. I think that's the part that made that's when Hazel made me cry. The one time when I was starting out, because the topic was kind of like about the other person moving on, and at the time I was like, she was getting descriptive and like, what if kasi you see him with another girl na, and then it's only been like, and then she said exactly how many months we've been broken up. I don't think she did it on purpose, but I was just like, too soon. I went quiet, and yeah, off air she was like, are you okay? I was like, wait lang, too soon, you're too specific. So that was funny. Now it's funny. It wasn't funny back then. I actually trained with JC and Alvin on Good Vibes, and then I went to Wild and Wicked when they finally the bosses were finally like, okay, yeah, you can go on air, join Hazel and Cara. So first show ever was Wild and Wicked. Well, I did move to the morning after eventually. Like, it's a rite of passage. The graveyard shift is a rite of passage. So I also went to, after Wild and Wicked, and you know, when jocks leave and, you know, shifts get moved around, I stayed on the morning after for almost a year, I think, 9 months. It's very, very interesting because a lot of jocks have come and gone. Generally, people are fun anyway, so it's like, it's just a new batch of fun people that you get to work with eventually. Oh, you get to this show, oh, it's another kind of fun. Wild and Wicked is like a girly, was at least before when we were all girls. Wild and Wicked was like this girls' night kind of thing, and then it would be nerdy if you'd somehow join Alvin and JC. I miss Alvin, by the way. It's just a mix of so many different personalities, so it's never boring, cause so different. So you just have to adjust and get along with everybody. But so far, I don't think I've fought with anybody pa naman. Joke lang, wala pa naman. No, I've gotten along in general with people. So as long as you're nice, I think they'll be nice to you too. I spelt you there. That's why I got mali. Tom. Oh, you know what's funny? Tom also trained me pala. After Alvin and JC, Sir Lou would put me on the late night clinic at the time, and Tom would just leave me alone. That's how he trains people. He's just like, okay, here's the board, you know what to do, okay, bye. It's like, what do I do? You know, you'd have to talk. And yeah, Tom actually was also one of the people who really trained me. So it's just funny now how he's my partner. It's just like, when I think back at it, it's like, ooh, I'm being trained by the Tom Alvarez, the Dr. Love, and now I'm like, ooh, I'm partners with him now. So yeah, it's fun. He's very different as a mentor and as a partner, so I guess at least he has that duality. I'm not scared of him anymore. That's the good part. I just get to listen to music while working, so it's like that's a great thing to do. How do I say it? Yeah, I just really enjoy just being around music all the time. So getting to talk to artists too and seeing how their process is or picking their brain a little bit, I really enjoy that as well. Mel C! Mel C! Of the Spice Girls. I was so scared. I grew up listening to her music and she was my favorite Spice Girl. And oh my god. I tried to keep it together during the interview. Okay, yeah, I'm a professional. Professional ako. Okay, ask the questions. I fangirled a little bit, not gonna lie. I fangirled a little bit during the interview, but afterwards, when it was done, waterworks. I was like, I can't believe I got to talk to Mel C of the Spice Girls. So that was awesome. Also interviewing Han before the pandemic, before they went on stage for the concert at Carpo's Live. That was also amazing. I loved Han, and I loved them even more after talking to them and seeing them on stage. It's like when they were on stage, it's like, I talked to these guys. It's so nice. I love them. Building chemistry with your partner, whoever it is, whoever you get assigned with. So it's kind of like testing your people skills too. Not just with the new people you interview, also how well you get along with your partner and how you can make things interesting for other people listening. Because it's like having a conversation with somebody, but there are people listening. So you gotta make it entertaining, you gotta make it insightful, and not walang kwenta. So, I really miss the face-to-face conversations I have with my partners. But the great thing is, if there's any silver lining to it, we got to interview a lot more people who just happen to just be home too and welcome us virtually into their homes and just be able to talk to them, and it's just like a little catch up, like, how are you? How's it doing? You know, times are tough, but we're still trying to make all the listeners smile through talking. Besides people being freer somehow with their schedules, I can work in my pajamas. You only need to see me like here. I miss the bonds that have been shared off the mic, just like hanging out here in this physical space when it was all safe. So I guess that's one thing I really miss the most. Oh, and Rika and I dance a lot around here. So that's one thing I'm glad people don't see. There are not many people here, but we dance around a lot, blast K-pop. And thank you so much for all the support over the many years of us being Manila's hottest. Hope you can still join us for the years to come, many years to come, of great music, great talk, and a whole lot of fun! We love you!